Hello, today is Tuesday, November 4th, and your highlights today we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies across the area, a light breeze, especially this afternoon, but turning into breezier conditions as we head towards midnight and after midnight tonight. And then we'll touch base with a potential cool down later this weekend. But starting off with the radar across the area, not seeing anything really to worry about. Temperatures being reported in the mid 30s. If you live in some lower areas, we are seeing reported temperatures around 31, 32 degrees. So some windshields could have some ice on it this morning, just depending upon what elevation you really live at. Now, as we go ahead and look into, I'm going to start out looking into the future. So um, here's what here's what I want to get into here, okay? And I know I kind of always go against the weather enthusiasts and these hype people, but I can't stress it enough. So we're looking at the future um, potential for cold air later this weekend. So do me a favor, unless you want to be taken advantage of for clicks and views for somebody else to make money off of you. Any meteorologist, which is sad, or any weather enthusiast that's saying Arctic blast or cold blast or possible snow. It's a bunch of garbage. Okay, so listen to anybody, not just myself, but listen to anybody that goes at it telling you that we are a week out and things will change. Okay, they won't just might change. They absolutely will change. And also um, to look for models, different models, not just handpicking one model and saying, here it is, here it is, here it is. No, you want to look at multiple different models. Are they aligning up? Do they agree? The closer they are, the more confidence you can start to build in a potential forecast. So, with that in mind, this is the GFS model. You do see a low pressure form, so that's one thing to notice about this model. With that, you always see counterclockwise air, so you're going to see warmer air surging out in front and you are going to see cooler air coming behind. And this time of year, it's not uncommon at all to see some of that cooler air or cold air advection move in at the 850 millibar in the atmosphere level and turn some of this liquid precipitation into scattered flurries. Okay, so we kind of see that across the area here on the GFS. Nothing for our area in southern Indiana, really, but more central Indiana. That's what this model has. Again, we're talking Sunday afternoon. This is Tuesday morning. So just keep that in mind. I know we touched base on this yesterday. This is kind of that's very similar to what it showed yesterday. In terms of GFS temperatures, you can see this, the warmer air out front, the winds out of the south, counterclockwise winds. You can see that with the wind barbs. And then interestingly enough, you're seeing where these are areas of cold air advection that's really moving in that cold air. And actually cold enough that come Monday morning, we're seeing predicted highs 25, 26 degrees. And that's important because the definition of a hard freeze is around 28 degrees Fahrenheit. And so we're going to be below that, which will essentially completely end growing season, even for grass. So those people that are looking for a break from mowing grass, here it is. Now, let's, in a responsible fashion, let's go look at the European model. This is very important to look for any sort of agreement between the two models. And it's not just these two models. These two are my favorite that I look at. And then when we get closer to a system, I look at the high resolution. However, there are other models you can look at, but it is showing a low pressure system. So that's a positive. Both models are agreeing that we're going to see a stronger cold front come through. But with this, I want you to notice it's got this low pressure being more to the north. And so with that, the initial colder air won't sink quite as far south as us as it moves through the area. But it does show some wraparound possibility for maybe a couple of flurries up near Lake Michigan and the dunes in the northern part of the state. So again, something to watch if those two start to agree on the track of that low pressure system. For us, though, for today, we're going to see some patchy fog across the area. I don't expect anything widespread. We're going to see some high clouds move in around noon today and then kind of clear out before we get some more high clouds moving in. But I do think we'll see a lot of sunshine throughout the day. I'm showing this as this afternoon temperatures just to show that the winds are going to be moving from south to north. With that, kind of changes the complex of the day, right? If you have a warmer breeze versus a breeze out of the north that's a lot cooler. This is the 850 millibar temperature, height, and wind. We're looking for air advection, so the movement of air, either warm or cold on this map. And so we actually can see it, actual warm air advection. This is warmer air over here. The colder air is off to our east and northeast. And so we are seeing these wind barbs crossing at a perpendicular angle to the temperature contours, which means this afternoon it wouldn't surprise me if we don't clip 64 or 65 in some of the areas, albeit briefly, just because of the way the Earth is actually tilting, or at least the northern hemisphere is tilting back away from the sun. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, we're going to see a little bit of a breeze this afternoon, but as we head towards midnight tonight, going to see a little more. These are winds that are 30 feet into the atmosphere, so we don't have buildings and trees, etc. Really, I mean, some trees, but you get a lot less friction, so you never can believe these numbers. But what you can take away from this map is solely just we're going to see some windier conditions before some possible windy conditions coming up on Wednesday. So that's what we have for today's forecast. And if we look at our almanac, we actually see that our temperature is back to around average, nowhere near the record high of 80 degrees. But the other thing to kind of note, I don't know if you're getting used to the sun setting before 6 p.m. Your bus stop forecast this morning going to be chilly, wind chill around freezing, right around 34 degrees, but warming up nicely this afternoon. Should be mostly sunny throughout most of the rest of the day. Your Tuesday forecast this afternoon across the general region, seeing temperatures again in the low to mid 60s with some of that warm air advection. And then we look at our 7-day forecast across the area. We're in that row of sunny days. Does look like Friday is going to be a washout with a 90% chance of showers. And then those cooler overnight temperatures coming in Sunday and Monday. So something to track really across the area, but that's what we're looking at for today. Remember, view weather social media responsibly. Don't be the reason somebody gets paid because you're clicking on something that says cold blast coming this weekend. So hopefully you got some scientific truth here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.